Finally back in a normal gym. It's been like 2 months since I've been to Atilis, but we went all this week and it's been really enjoyable. Testing. I wanted to yab about something that's kind of important. It's an important lesson that if you're first starting out, you may have not have learned it yet, but after training for 11 years, it's been so integral to my entire journey. That lesson is that you are in control of everything at all times. Yes, life throws circumstances at you. Yes, things happen, tragedies happen, chaos happens, life sucks sometimes. I get it. Believe me, I get it. The last 2 or 3 months of my life have been some of the hardest that I've had to deal with. Not gonna get into details, cliffhanger. But what I've realized is that it's so easy to let yourself go. And even as somebody who's been training for 12 years, it's so easy to veer off the path. It's easy to feel helpless. It's easy to feel frustrated. And those feelings, when you get them, it's so easy to just indulge in them and just pile on the shit that's already been piled. You don't need me to tell you that that's not productive. What I will say is that you are in control of some things. And those things you are in control of, you need to max those out. You can control how hard you train. You can control what you put into your body. You can control how much cardio you do. You can't control the weather. You can't control what other people are doing in your life. You can't control certain circumstances that may arise that throw a wrench in your plans. I get it. But if you can treat this training thing like a game, if you can treat it like something that can be beat, then you're gonna go pretty far. And what I mean by that is effort, and what I mean by that is numbers. When we're talking about effort and numbers, it's like, well, you can control how hard you train. You know if you're dogging it. If you film your sets, you know you can watch them back and say, I had more on that one. The other number part of it is the diet. I know how much protein I need to be putting into my body, so I'm treating it like a game. How can I have fun with this and come up with meals or strategies to get the protein in? Simple as that. And if you treat those things like a game, it becomes fun and rewarding to accomplish those tasks, to accomplish those goals. Past 3 months, I got kind of chunky. I wasn't really going to the gym. My activity level really slowed down. I wasn't getting my steps in. I was kind of eating whatever I wanted. I wasn't tracking. I wasn't weighing myself. I haven't even weighed myself recently. I haven't had a scale in 2 months. But the mirror don't lie. So I noticed and I was feeling myself slipping. And I didn't like that. It's not the first time it's happened and it won't be the last. But what I've realized is that it's all in my control, and it's in your control too. When I'm sitting there doom scrolling or I'm sitting there not doing what I'm supposed to be doing, in my head I'm reminding myself, I'm like, you chose this. You chose the inactivity. You chose to be not as disciplined. You chose to not care. And those micro decisions you make every day add up, and they show in the mirror. They show on the scale, and they show in your performance. I don't know what it was that gave me a newfound excitement or energy and spark, but I've never been more excited about training than I am right now. And I wish that for you if you're going through a rough patch or you're going through some difficult times. And it doesn't even have to be difficult. It can just be hectic, chaotic, and busy. And I get that. Most people, like myself, are real people who have other responsibilities in life. And sometimes training, nutrition, and things like that take a back seat, unfortunately. But what I will say is that it's possible to balance it and max out those other areas and be strategic about it so that you can get the results that you want and be happy. The other thing I'll say about it is when you start taking control of these things and you stop treating it like it's just circumstances happening to me and you start doing things proactively, it impacts and echoes all the rest of your life. All the other aspects of your day, your mood, your interactions with others. It's a snowball effect, and that positive energy is contagious. I don't want to yap too long about this. Like I said, I'm excited to train. I'm gonna go hit legs and I'll check back with you after.
Every time I'm stepping in.
Alrighty, we just got back from doing the legs. It was really good. I really enjoyed myself. It was very intense, and I'm happy. I'm getting back to being intentional about my programming. I have about 2 or 3-ish months until I want to cut, so I want to make sure I squeeze out every last drop of muscle that I can before I have to cut. Also, for those of you who are just on YouTube following me and not Instagram or TikTok, I moved into an apartment. So that's cool. To reiterate what I was saying about being in control, that gives me comfort. It should give you comfort too. There's specific inputs for anything that you want to get out of your body. If you want to get stronger, you know what you need to do. If you want to lose fat, you know what you need to do. There are certain mechanisms and things that we can't change about the world that if you just do these certain things, you can't beat that. You can't beat physics, you can't beat thermodynamics, you're not going to beat the adaptations that are going to happen when you're training hard, things like that. And that's what I think it means to really trust the process and to be excited about that. It's so easy to sit there and have doubts. It's so easy to sit there and be impatient. And I understand that. I'm super impatient. I want everything fucking yesterday. But the amount of relief I feel when I know that the things that I'm doing will work, not because I'm guessing, not because I'm hoping for, but because we know these things to be true, is amazing. And I want those same things for you. I see so many people who train very hard, they do mostly the right things, and they're just worried. They're worried they're not doing enough. They're worried they're not optimizing. And to that, I'll say, at that point, it's just time. Like I said, I say it all the time. I've been training 10 plus years, 12 years, just about, and I've been hurt. I've started from the bottom. I've had stints where I couldn't train for months on end. And no matter what's happened, I've seen that with time, anything is really possible. You know, you want your dream body, you want to feel good in your skin again, you want to put on muscle, you want to do all these things, and that's amazing. And I hate to see people get discouraged because they feel like they're not doing the right things or it's not happening fast enough. But I'll tell you one thing, that's why most people quit. That's why most people don't do it. That's why most people just do a 3-month transformation and then dip. Because it's hard. It's hard to maintain. It's hard to make the right decision 99% of the time. But with time, you get better at making the hard decisions. You get better at saying no to things. You get better at saying yes to training when you don't fucking feel like it. You know how to turn your brain on. You know how to turn your central nervous system on so that you're ready for that next hard set. You know how to deal with hunger. You know how to deal with cravings. You know how to deal with going to the grocery store and wanting to pick out every single junk food that there is, but you don't because you have a goal in mind. It was never meant to be a week. It was never meant to be a month. It's meant to be a lifelong thing. It's meant to be a lifestyle change. And because it's a lifestyle change and that you're human, it doesn't mean that you're free from fucking up. It doesn't mean you're free from falling off. But the only thing that separates people at that point is who keeps coming back, who is willing to forgive themselves for fucking up, who's willing to come back and keep hammering the nail. That's the choice that you make every day. And I can tell you from my perspective, at least, it's much easier to make that hard call than it is to look back on yourself with shame, knowing you should have chose something different. So just be patient with yourself and be patient with the process. I don't want to get too serious. I had a good lift. I'm in a good mood. I don't want to depress myself. I'm going to go eat. If you're new here, thanks for watching. If you've been here, thanks for watching. I post on TikTok and Instagram. I also coach one-on-one. If you're interested in that, shoot me a message or follow the link in my bio. I will catch you guys next time.